Fiesta of El Cajon.
You're watching Your View.
Thank you for joining us. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends, Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. It is a Tuesday afternoon. Wherever you may be listening today throughout the entire mega market of Southern California, we're in home base San Diego. But wherever you may be listening today or watching today, man, it is gray, cold, rain is pouring down, the wind is flowing. So I just want to say to anybody who's in their car right now who's listening, chill out, slow down, pump the brakes. You're going to get to where you're going. We'll get you there, but let's all be safe this afternoon. And for those of you that are currently watching on YouTube right now, hopefully you're in a safe, warm, quiet spot and you're hanging out with us this afternoon. And then look, tonight, television viewers, you're catching up to the radio show that's being put on television at night. And so who knows what's going on at 7 to 8 p.m. tonight on Channel 4 San Diego, part of the Cox Your View network. So listen, if you're in San Diego, you can get us on TV on Channel 4. If you're in Santa Barbara, you can get us also on Channel 4. And in between Orange County and LA, if you've got Spectrum or Cox Cable, you can get us on Channel 118 between 7 and 8 p.m. But those of you who are watching TV right now, you know this, man. Fellas, let's talk about what happened last night between the Rams.
Is that Chris Tucker?
Yes, that was Chris Tucker. Did you think that was a pretty good use of that little phraseology?
It was, but it didn't have no flair on it. You gotta hit that again, dog.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
you gotta hit that again.
What'd you think, Alex?
Do it again.
All right, here goes. If you're watching us on TV right now between 7 and 8 p.m., you know this, man.
Yeah, that was better, though. That was much better. I respect and appreciate that. That was better.
Yeah.
That was way better.
I like the fact that you caught up immediately to that's like a line from the movie Friday. And I love Chris Tucker, I love him. So.
Friday is one of the original Friday. It's one of the greatest movies ever.
Yeah, I don't know how you exactly quantify that, but it's a really good movie. I like it a lot.
Okay. Rewatchable. Because a great movie is rewatchable.
Quotable. Rewatchable.
Right. Name a movie when you were growing up or that you've watched, because you're not a big movie guy, so this is probably tougher for you. But if you're listening to this, if you've seen Friday, find a movie that's more rewatchable and more quotable than Friday. I challenge you.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to get into a full-blown debate about the whole thing, but it's a good movie. I like it, and there are a lot of great lines. I like my favorite scene is when Bernie Mac comes over and Chris Tucker and Ice Cube are sitting on the front lawn, and Chris Tucker had told him, "Man, you ain't got no job, you ain't got nothing to do. I'm gonna get you high today." So then Bernie Mac comes over, and he's like the local preacher, and he's like, "Hey, brother, is brother here?" And I don't remember the parent's name, and she's like, "No, she at work." And then that's when Ice Cube under his brother, "That's where you need to be," right? And so he's, "Yo, how about a little something for me?" And he's like, "Because down at the 24th Street Church, we call this a little scenes." I don't remember the exact line. Goes, "Well, around here,
twin.
Yeah, right. On Normandy West End, we call this a little 20 right?" And then and that's when he sees the hot lady across the street, doing the garden. Yeah, right. So I don't know. It's like one of my favorite scenes. Alex,
That
did
and
you feel like
Coming to America is very quotable too.
Alex, do you feel like I recreated that scene for anybody that's seen the movie Friday? Do you feel like I really did a nice
it was
interpretation?
like if they're watching it, dude, it was like they were watching Friday.
It was,
Exactly.
It was like being in a theater again.
Yeah.
Right. It was like a middle-aged white Jewish guy trying to recreate the story between three black actors who all use the N-word in the scene that I obviously cannot and will not say. So that's when I say, "Heh, heh." I mean, Browner, it's pretty good, Browner. Come on, man.
Oh, man. It's my favorite.
Yeah, you like that.
It's my favorite. They should have put that in the movie.
Right. So we are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on a Tuesday afternoon. I don't know about you guys, man, but where I am in Solana Beach right now, I'm looking outside my window in my office, which I'm glad to be back in because yesterday the electricity went out and it was a complete nightmare. But I'm looking outside right now, and I'm telling you that trees and branches have been blown off. The rain is pouring down. I mean, it is coming off my roof and landing on my back deck area, and it is flowing. This is no little San Diego little mist rain. This is like South Florida, Gulf Coast of the United States, pouring down massive rainstorm. So this is crazy. What's going on here all of a sudden? How's it by you
I
guys?
love I love this weather app update, dude. It's so like intuitive now. So you have like a actual satellite on
Mhm.
your phone, and it shows you like how heavy the rain is
Mhm.
and when it's coming. I like it. It's nice.
I have
I
not
love weather.
updated.
I love weather because we don't
Yeah.
ever get it. I know Browner hates it because he didn't want. I didn't move here for this, but
I
I'm
didn't pay
Southern
for this.
California boy my whole life, dude. I love this.
I mean, Browner, you do say that all the time. You're like,
I
didn't
didn't.
come
I didn't
here."
pay for this. No,
Mhm.
it's not why I'm here. I didn't stay here for this. I didn't pay for this. This got to go away. I want a discount.
I'm with Browner. I want this gone. I want bright blue skies. I want the
Mm-hmm.
weekend we just had. I want
Yeah.
65 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, just a little hint of fall. I want hoodie temperatures. I want hoodie
Yes.
weather.
Yeah. You
That's
know
what I
when
want.
rain really bothers me? On the weekends. Because that's the time where I'm gonna go out. That's the time where I'm gonna do my stuff. If I'm locked in at home doing the show, like what do I care? This fly is gonna
Yeah, that fly is making his
It is.
presence felt on the show today.
Oh my god.
If you're
I got a
watching on
Mr.
TV,
Miyagi. I got a
yeah,
Danielson that
right,
thing,
you need
dude.
to have like some chopsticks and try and get them. That's what you need
Dude,
to do. You
it's
need
a
to have.
Everybody
big
catch no fly
mofo
with those
too,
chopsticks,
dude.
man.
What are you talking about? Daniel-san could.
Man, that was a movie, dog. I ain't never seen no man catch no real fly with no chopsticks, dog.
Oh, I've done it. I've
I
done
ain't
it.
never seen no real man catch a fly with some chopsticks, dog.
Come on, man.
I've done it.
That's a
I've done it.
fallacy.
Really? Alex says he's done it.
I've
Come
done
on.
it.
Okay.
I think
Mhm.
the fly was on its last, wings, but yeah, I did it.
All right. Hey, before we get to Monday Night Football, and I want to get there because I thought last night, my opinion, shocking win for the Rams. Okay. I want to get to that here in just a second. But before we do, Alex, tonight, Fat Tony
Yeah.
is having his event down at the Walmart in Chula Vista.
I'm going,
It's-
by the way.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Now, I was told that it could start earlier than expected because of the rain and the weather.
Okay.
I don't know if that's accurate or not. I don't know if you've heard that or not.
I haven't.
But the event is supposed to start at 7:00 tonight. And if you put it up on the screen for everybody, if you've still got it available, I would love to show everybody this because here's the thing that Fat Tony does so well. He says, look, we'd love to have your money, and your money will help an underprivileged kid enjoy the holiday season that child may not be able to enjoy. And by the way, we always talk about the kid part of it. I can tell you as a parent who's at times in my life had financial struggles, the relief that the parents will feel. The kids are going to go crazy. They're going to go into the Walmart and they're going to get toys and they're going to get clothes and they're going to do things like that. But the relief that the parents feel of, wow, I wasn't going to be able to provide my kid with this sort of gift at the holiday season, and this organization did it for us. And man, am I appreciative of that. It's called Making San Diego Smile. And 100 kids get $100 and they're set free in Walmart in Chula Vista. This is all happening tonight at 7 p.m. So if you guys are watching on TV, we're down there right now. MakingSanDiegoSmile.org. Alex, update us where we were because we've been really making a big push here.
Right.
And I think before Saturday, before the boat trip, I want to say we were at like less than $7,000. Our goal was $10,000.
Correct. As of a week ago, we were at $1,800. As of the boat, we were right at about 7. As of this morning, Tony is at $14,480.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
So
Tony says,
yeah.
This is just from Tony. With some verbal commitments and last minute checks that we're picking up today, we have surpassed our goal. Please send a huge thank you to all the great friends. And he sent me a screenshot of the amount that they have. And me and my lady just committed to some more. So we are, I mean, the goal was always 10,000, but the goal is always more because that means more kids.
Mhm.
So as of right now, it looks like another 40 kids get to come tonight.
Right. So we're talking about like 140 kids
Mhm.
that are all going to be kids that would not have normally enjoyed the holiday season the way those of us who are privileged might enjoy it. And again, I love it for the kids, but I love it even more for the parents because that feeling of pressure and guilt of I can't provide right now for whatever circumstance is going on in my life. And thank you to Fat Tony and thank you to Making San Diego Smile. And this is such a wonderful thing. And so tonight, Alex, what time do you plan on getting down there?
I thought it started at 7, so I was gonna try and get there at 7. I know last year we were waiting for a while, so I might even have showed up a little later
Yeah,
because we were kind of standing around for like an hour. But
right.
I don't know. I'll text Tony and I'll figure it out. I know my roommate from Hess, Alex, loves the event, so I'll probably go with him and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get down there about 7:30 tonight, hoping to grab my son and maybe my daughter. I mean, it just depends. Like one kid's got a high school basketball game tonight, and everybody's spread out. But tonight, I'd really like to. Well, I'm gonna come down at least by myself, but I'd like to grab a couple of my kids because here's the one thing I'll just say before we get to Monday Night Football. Fat Tony always says this: I'd love to have your money, and thank you. $14,000 is going to help 140 kids, but what he really wants you to do is he wants you to come down and participate. He wants you to hold a kid's hand. I mean, I realize it's COVID and we're all going crazy and we're about to all start putting masks back on. But that aside, he wants you to take a kid shopping. That's really what he wants you to do. Is he really wants your time just as much as he wants your money for the kids. So great job, Fat Tony, and thank you to all the great friends. Alex, one more time. Last week at this time we were at how much?
Yeah. So last week, Tony came on here, and he told us on Monday $1,800.
Yeah.
At the boat, he told the great friends we're right under 7,000, which was Saturday night,
Mm-hmm.
and as of today, 14,500
Truly
basically.
unbelievable. Truly, truly unbelievable. And thank you to all
Called
the great
doubling your money.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Thank you to all the great friends who have
I don't-
contributed because
I
you've been
think
touched
like
by this.
there's no video that I can make tonight. There's no like interview I could show you from a kid because I just think those are awkward when you interview kids. Like you can't really explain like the vibe in that Walmart like with those kids. I think it's like the coolest event that I've ever been a part
I
of.
shot the video that we did there
Yeah.
that year. I
2 years
shot a
ago.
video of that.
Yep, you did.
Yeah,
I
and it
know
just
where it
doesn't
is.
like I feel like it doesn't like you can't catch how these kids are truly feeling like
Right.
until you're there. So when Tony says like we'd love for you guys to come down, I think it'll change people's like lives, man. It's really it's crazy.
Well, the thing is Junior Seau for so many years had an event called Shop with the Jock. And what he did was he got all the Charger players and Padre players and San Diego State football and basketball players, men and women, USD. I mean, and then it turned into everybody was invited. You know what I mean? You'd have the women's basketball team from Cal State San Marcos. I'm just kind of giving you an idea of how deep this thing went. And it was a great idea, Shop with the Jock. But this is shop with regular people. I'm not trying to compare one to the other and say one's better than the other. I'm just saying these are regular people, not professional athletes or college athletes. These are regular people taking these kids around and showing them a great time. So if you can come down tonight, every volunteer is welcome. We will all be down there. I know Browner and I were planning on going. Alex now says he can make it because, Alex, what happened to your Taco Tuesday liquor podcast?
I was asked by our editor if we could record last night, and I said hell yeah because that athletic article came out, and I was like I would love to talk about trades all day. So we actually recorded last night, so I have tonight off. So
Okay,
I'm good
great.
to go.
Great. Okay, let me do this. Let's get into Monday Night Football. And we got John Clayton coming up on today's show. Dr. Samir Damani from iThrive is going to stop by on today's show. So I really want to jump right into Monday Night Football. So here goes. Guys, I was shocked by the result last night. Here's why. Because I thought going into the game that the Cardinals would win the game even if the Rams were at full strength. The Cardinals had come to LA and beaten the Rams on the Rams home turf at SoFi Stadium. And again, assuming the Rams were full strength, now they've got to go on the road. They're playing the first place team, a team that, by the way, has continued to win even when they were missing their quarterback, their star wide receiver, J.J. Watt, their star defensive end. They've continued to win. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I haven't sat down and watched a whole lot of Arizona Cardinal football. I get most of my Cardinal stuff on the red zone or on highlights, but I'm just looking at the results. The Cardinals had continued to win. The Rams had fallen apart. The Rams' last win was against Jacksonville. Doesn't do a whole lot for me to make me believe that the Rams are back. They were 7-1. They lost 3 straight games. They beat Jacksonville. They're at 8-4. They're in the middle of the playoff race, but I just didn't think the Rams were that good. And I'm still not even sure today what to make of last night. In other words, are the Rams that much better than I thought? Are the Cardinals not as good as I thought? Were there plays in the game that, for example, there's a touchdown throw in this game from Stafford, and I think it was to Cooper Kupp, where the Arizona defensive back literally missed the ball. Like it like went through his arms and past him and into Kupp's hands. And so little plays here and there could have been the difference in this game. But on the other hand, Odell Beckham is starting to win me over. He's showing up. He's playing ball. He's keeping him. He's being professional about it. It's not all about him. So I'm Odell's winning me over. You say but I would love to hear what you think, smart guy, about the performance of Aaron Donald last night, who started with a sack and finished with a sack and had 3 sacks in the game. When the Stars had to show up, they did. Matthew Stafford, to his credit, 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions, nearly 300 yards passing. Everybody, Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Odell Beckham, Aaron Donald. I mean, the guys that you needed to step up and play, they did. I was shocked by the results because of the number of players that the Rams were missing from their starting lineup. So I was shocked by the result, and I'm not really sure what to make of it. Are the Rams back? Are the Rams good? Are the Cardinals not as good as their record says? This has been the most unpredictable NFL season I can ever remember. So I'll throw it to you guys. What do you make of the results of last night's game?
I blame Kyler Murray easily. Like that game was lost because of the quarterback. He had one of the. You can look at the number like 383 passing yards. No, like he had one of the worst. He had one of the worst. He had one of the worst games. I've seen the Cardinals play a little bit, and from the get go, that first quarter he looked fidgety. He looked off with the ball, and that final play of the game, not spiking it, not setting yourself up for at least one final Hail Mary. I don't know what was going on with Kyler yesterday. It's not that he didn't look healthy. I thought he looked fine. He looked fast. It's just that he just did not look himself. He didn't look, almost looked like he was trying to do too much in the spotlight of a first place game on Monday Night Football. I still believe in the Cardinals. I still think that they just kind of abandoned the run early on. And James Conner is incredible. I just think the Rams are the Rams still. I didn't see anything yesterday that was any different except Aaron Donald. Like Aaron Donald showing up made a difference, and maybe that's why Kyler Murray was off, because he had so much pressure in his face all game. But to me, I think Kyler just blew that game last night. I was not impressed by him at all. And I thought the first time that you got the real spotlight on the Cardinals this season, because they've flown so under the radar, they just blew it. And I think Kyler blew it.
What do you think,
I have to tell you, I thought what I said yesterday really showed out. The Stars came to play. And if the Stars came to play, the Rams have more stars than the Cardinals did. I agree. I didn't think Kyler Murray was hurt at all. I just thought he was off. I really did. I didn't think there was anything special that the Rams did. I just thought he just didn't look to fully be decisive in his decision making when it came to where he wanted to put the ball or how he wanted to go about the offense running. I thought that I didn't think they gave up on the run. I just thought that they felt like they had to catch up faster. And so that, I think, was a third quarter touchdown or early fourth quarter touchdown. They started trying to play at that speed after they had scored, and they just never felt like they were in the right position to do that. I didn't think that the Rams didn't impress me at all. I thought Odell Beckham Jr. played the games I'm expecting for him to play. I thought Aaron Donald was fantastic. I thought he won the game for them. But this is what I expect the Rams to do. Like, they have star players, and star players are supposed to show up in moments like these at the most important times. And that's what they did.
Didn't the Rams do everything that they've done when it's going their way? You know, when the game is going Sean McVay's way, they're pretty good.
Right.
They didn't fall behind 14 points like the Cardinals did.
Right.
They didn't go into the halftime with the trailing. I think the Rams, when they have control of the game, they're good. They're right. Difficult to beat.
Well, let me play this out for you guys. So the Rams' final 4 games, okay? Home against the Seahawks,
which is not easy anymore. I think they're figuring something
Rashad
out.
Penny.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Rashad Penny, give him credit. Yeah, dude, all of a sudden, Rashad Penny has emerged for the Seattle Seahawks.
Contract time.
Seattle Seahawks at home this weekend. Then On the road at the Vikings, unpredictable.
Win for us.
At the Ravens, you're not sure who the Ravens will be at that time. And then at home against the 49ers, which is no guarantee.
That's
So
tough.
that's a
Real
tough Final Four. Okay, now here's the Cardinals' Final Four games. At the Lions, easy win.
Easy.
Home against the Colts, I'll call that a
Difficult.
toss-up right now.
Yeah.
At the Cowboys, we could be talking playoff positioning
The Cardinal
here.
win.
And then home against the Seahawks to finish up. Also not easy. Here's the 49ers, who are 7-6, and I would say don't count them out quite yet, because the 49ers play at home against the Falcons, at the Titans, home against the Texans, and at the Rams. So you got at
I just
least
think they have too much to gain, man. I just think the 3 wins behind the Cardinals is a lot of room to make up in 4 games.
I don't think they're going to win the division. I think they're going to have 3 playoff teams from that division, though.
I think so too.
certainly a possibility.
so, too.
And I'm saying don't count San Francisco out quite yet, because just looking at their schedule,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got at least 2 that you would chalk up as easy wins.
If they win 3 of those 4 games, I think they definitely will make the playoffs, and I think they will win a game in the playoffs. Because if you're the Cowboys, you don't want to look up and see San Francisco in a playoff game. You just don't.
All right, hold that thought for a second, Browner. We'll get back to that coming right up. We're in the 7 Miles Casino Studios.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Pete Gray here, inviting you to catch my show, Let's Talk Hookup, every Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Pacific Time. For over 30 years, we've been the voice of the fishing community for Southern California, and so glad to be back on the big stick.
The all-new and mightier 1090.
These are challenging times for our community.
The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter are here if you need help. We have hundreds of locations throughout the county where you can get help with food.
We have food.
It's okay to ask for help. Visit one of our drive-through and walk-up locations.
We can also help you sign up for CalFresh.
If you need help or if you can help, visit SanDiegoFoodBank.org.
Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the San Diego Christian Hawks. December 28th at 6 p.m. live from the Viejas Arena.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great googly moogly. Oh, yeah. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon, where your trade-in is always worth more. Just off I-8 in El Cajon. Time now for Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon. And by Prospect Home Finance.
Last month, the Orange County Soccer Club hosted its second Corporate Cup, pitting local businesses against one another in a competitive round-robin soccer tournament, with the finalists playing at Championship Stadium after the Orange County SC home game on Wednesday, October 20th.
Really a great opportunity to get our whole company and our families out here together, spending time for a good cause and really enjoying it.
Co-ed teams from a variety of industries showed up at the Great Park Fields in Irvine to participate in the charity tournament, with the proceeds going to the OCSC Community Foundation to help further its mission to use soccer as a vehicle to promote health and wellness, support and empower youth, foster an inclusive environment, and unify the local community.
We feel great about giving back to our community. Experian is a company that tries to give back in many ways, and just being able to support this cause is awesome. Anything that we can do to kind of support Orange County, we're all about it.
It was a fun day out on the field with 16 teams battling it out for bragging rights to see who moved on to the finals.
They've been taking it pretty seriously so far. A lot of them have been practicing in the weeks leading up. They've got their own custom jerseys, and you can tell they're having a great time just getting out of the office on a Friday on a beautiful day here at the Orange County Great Park.
The team members were extremely excited and passionate. We got more than expected entries, and we had to tell people then just show up and cheer the team.
Participating companies were also treated to meet and greets and private coaching sessions with OCSC players and coaches.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Community Connect is fueled by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
We're here every day, 24/7, giving you only the finest handcrafted sports talk programming you're going to find anywhere. And we never stop. Fanatic is such a mean word. We prefer committed. This is the mightier 1090 AM.
Food insecurity is defined as not having sufficient resources to buy food either for yourself or for your family. Folks who are food insecure struggle with not having enough food to eat because maybe they lost their jobs. It is important to not just look at one person as being food insecure, but really looking at them as it could be anyone. The San Diego Food Bank has been around for over 40 years. Our job is to help procure food for San Diego County residents to make sure that no one is going to bed hungry. Accessing food from the San Diego Food Bank is very simple. A lot of our distributions right now are operating as drive-through distributions, so they are safe to attend if you are concerned with getting out of your vehicle and walking into a food pantry. The San Diego Food Bank needs your continued support. Please visit our website at sandiegofoodbank.org, and there you will see all of the different ways that you too can get involved.
There's a difference between just getting there and enjoying the journey. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, we put you in the driver's seat of the best cars around. From our stylish crossover SUVs to our classic sedans and sports cars. At Team Mazda of El Cajon, your good credit and trade-in can turn into the Mazda of your dreams. Start enjoying your drive with a new Mazda today. Visit Team Mazda of El Cajon.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
San Diego State football is prepping for the Frisco Bowl. Let's go ahead and take a look at one Aztec player who has earned quite a few honors over the last couple of weeks. Punter Matt Eraza won the Ray Guy Award last week. The award goes to the nation's best collegiate punter. Eraza is the first Aztec in program history to win a major postseason award. The kicker was named a first-team All-American by The Athletic, ESPN, CBS Sports, Bleacher Report, the FWAA, USA Today, Walter Camp, and the AP, as well as earning the honor of Mountain West Special Teams Player of the Year. SDSU will take on UTSA in the Frisco Bowl on December 21st. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable. Watch your San Diego State Aztecs take on the San Diego Christian Hawks. December 28th at 6 p.m. live from the Viejas Arena.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View. brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Here on Kaplan and Crew, we come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, and I don't know where you guys are, but the rain continues to pound down where I am, which is in Solana Beach. And I'm telling you, man, I'm looking outside right now. The rain is continuing to fall. I mean, big buckets of rain. I have trees that must be losing like branches because they're flying everywhere. I mean, it looks like, really, it's gnarly outside. It's cold. It's gray. It's pouring down rain. It's freezing cold, or at least I feel like it's freezing cold. So wherever
We're
you're
so
at,
soft.
I know, it's so soft.
It's like 60 degrees, dude.
Right. Dude, it's freezing. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I freaking live in an igloo. It's so cold right now. Okay. I just want to say to everybody who's driving around right now, you're out there in your car, you're listening on radio, take it easy, pump the brakes, slow it down a little bit. We're going to get you home. We're going to make sure you're safe so that we're all back together again tomorrow. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, I hope you guys are warm because my feet are freezing. And then for those of you that are catching up to us tonight on television, Channel 4 San Diego is our home base, part of the Cox View Network. I hope you guys are having a good night tonight as well. So, all right, Grande, Brown Man. Dr. Damani from iThrive is getting ready to join us. Did you guys have a chance this Saturday on the Yacht America? Did you guys have a chance to meet Dr. John and Dr. Tom, who represented iThrive? Did you guys meet those gentlemen this weekend?
I did, but I can't recall the conversation because I was supposed to, have a conversation with them on the side, but I got distracted by all the other festivities and the alcohol.
Oh, really? Well, Dr. John is a great guy. Dr. Tom.
I am. Thank you.
No, not you. This is Dr. John from iThrive.
Oh.
And Dr. Tom, this was my first time ever meeting him, but here's a great story. Dr. Damani is getting ready to join us. Doc, you got to hear this story. So we're before we get on the boat this weekend, and by the way, you were very, very missed, Dr. Damani. Would have been nice to have had you there this past Saturday.
No, I hate I missed
it. Going on.
I know. I hate I missed it.
Yeah. So Dr. John is standing, I don't know, 20, 30 feet from where I'm standing. And I'm there with one of our longtime listeners. And he says to me, the listener, he said, Scott, he goes, I've been listening for so long. And not only do I listen every day, but I also support all the sponsors. And he was telling us this story. He's like, I called Corky's Pest Control because I had this situation. He goes, and he literally said to me, he goes, see that guy right over there? And he pointed to Dr. John. I go, yeah. He goes, I drop my drawers for that guy once a week. I thought it was a great line. He goes, and now not only do I go to iThrive for testosterone treatments, he said, but my wife is now going to iThrive as well because she's doing things like Botox and more aesthetic sort of treatments. So it was really, really great to be out with all of our listeners and with a lot of our sponsors and putting people together and watching how it all works. Dr. Damani, you were very missed yesterday or on Saturday.
Yeah. I hate I missed it. But hopefully we'll have some other opportunities to do some more live events and meet your listeners. We have a lot of things happening in 2022 that we're really excited about. So that's really exciting.
All right. Now, Doc, are you getting a phone call right now? Because when you're
looks like I am.
Yeah, when you're still wait a second. We may have lost. Yeah.
We'll get him back.
This is the beauty of what we do now on the show. The technology issues that we have, things that are not in our control. Guys, yesterday when I lost electricity here at my house, and there were like 15,000 residents of San Diego that were all without electricity yesterday.
Similar to you?
Similar to the situation I was in. You never think about electricity,
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all good. You never think about, I was telling the guys, Doc, yesterday we had no electricity in Solana Beach. And, it's one thing if your Wi-Fi goes out and your cable cuts out, but electricity, whoever thinks that we're going to lose electricity, we're so spoiled, And so for you to get a phone call and drop off the Zoom is no problem. Doc, you were just saying that you're hoping for more live events in 2022. Let me ask you this, because Alex and Browner, you guys don't know, but Dr. Damani and I have been talking about this. Doc, you guys are opening a second location, as I understand it, in Mission Valley. And what I think would be really, really cool is in 2022 is if we started to do some events in the evening hours where we say to our listeners, come to the new iThrive location. Here's the address in Mission Valley. Everybody can meet with Doc and he can talk about, different treatments and so on. And by the way, while we're all there, we could all get an NAD drip together. We could get our testosterone. I mean, just walk us through what we might be able to do with the new location in Mission Valley in 2022.
Well, I mean, we have an IV lounge, so there will be, multiple. Right now, we have a clinic in the UTC area where we are focusing mainly on one patient at a time. There'll be an IV lounge, and IV therapy is a lot like, what I've noticed about it is a very social thing because people want to know kind of what other IVs other people are getting, why they're getting it, what are their, people tend to be very open about, talking about, because a lot of this is just getting nutrition in and getting the kind of supplements that we don't get in our everyday diet or don't necessarily, as you get older, a lot of this goes down, as we know with NAD therapy, your NAD levels in your body go down as you age. And so NAD is a big, it's like a vitamin B3. Not a lot of us are able to supplement, and the oral supplements have very poor bioavailability. So people come in, they're getting different things like a glutathione push which is an antioxidant. There's immunity shots that, enhance immunity. So there's a lot of different things, and it becomes a very, almost like a social atmosphere environment because people are being more proactive about their health today than they've ever been in the past. And, as you age, to think that your gut is as effective at absorbing vitamins and the kinds of things that we need to maintain homeostasis and good metabolism is really, nonsensical, that we really don't have it. Now, I understand that there's a limited amount of clinical studies, but clinical studies always look at a specific outcome. It's almost like, what are the clinical studies that are really there in terms of, spending time with your dog or spending time with your family, mental health, stress. These are the kinds of things that, we don't necessarily study in clinical trials, but yet we know it's good for you. And so I think that the IV Lounge will provide us an opportunity to really bring this to a larger part of the public here in San Diego.
This is a great idea. We're talking to Dr. Samir Damani from iThrive MD. You can visit them online, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, but I'll talk more about deals and specials and savings and things coming up. But Grande and Browner, you hear this? An IV lounge. So, Doctor, I see myself, me, Browner, and Alex, I see us showing up at the IV lounge and getting an IV of whatever, and I want to talk about that here in a second, but I see us as the three of us there. I see a bunch of our listeners and viewers there. We want everybody to be healthy. And I just see us like, I don't know how many chairs there are in an IV lounge, but I could literally see us all
we'll have 7 to 8 beds, lounge chairs, 7 to 8 that could go. So
now,
we could,
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, and I apologize if I'm way off base here, Doc, but I've been to Vegas and received an IV after a night out. Is this what we're talking about here?
We are, except for we have naturopathic doctors, holistic practitioners. So we're not just doing any IVs. We have our own formulations that, depending on your needs, that we formulate. We also do ozone and different other therapies that, depending on your needs, we can administer. So yes, at the end of the day, a lot of what Vegas, it's about hydration partially. Right. But yes, in reality, what you're talking about is a similar concept. It's recovery. It's about hydration. It's about nutrient dense formulations, and so to a certain extent, you're right that we offer more of a performance-based model.
Okay.
We do IVs for a lot of professional athletes, people that are looking to really optimize performance in their personal and professional lives, and so but as a concept, you're right. Vegas does it, especially if you've been drinking, dehydrated, not sleeping well. These things can be very helpful. Other patients with Lyme disease, chronic fatigue syndrome benefit from IV nutrition as well. There's a lot of patients that also benefit from ozone therapy as well. So we do NAD, ozone, and a number of different modalities, but we also have combined that with traditional medical care as well, too, in a concierge model.
When you are looking for a new location, because this always interests me, just from a healthcare perspective, is there a particular part of town you want to try to find, or is the space more important than the location?
No, location is absolutely very, very important. So we're actually partnering with a med spa. The owner is a close friend of mine. They have 3 locations in San Diego. It's called Revive Med Spa. So we're going to be actually partnering with them and opening right next door to them. So they have a location right there where, because we're up in UTC, and so we want to be, able to get closer to the population that's in the southern part of the county, because UTC is still a little bit of a drive if you live, in East County or South County or live downtown or Bankers Hill. You want something a little closer. Mission Valley provides that. And then ultimately, we'll probably do something further north as well.
We're talking to Dr. Samir Damani from iThrive MD. Doc, I love this idea of IV lounges. And Alex, I think you nailed it. People go to Vegas, they drink a lot, then the next day they get an IV therapy. Doc, you mentioned ozone therapy and NAD, right? Will you just tell us what those things are? And I know a little bit about NAD, but everybody who's listening and watching, tell everybody what that's all about.
Yeah, so NAD basically is a cofactor. It's a cofactor of pretty much every enzymatic reaction that occurs to produce energy in your body. So in order for your body to produce energy, NAD is used. And as you get older, NAD is also used to repair DNA damage. And so what ends up happening is most of your NAD plus gets used to DNA damage. Not enough is used for producing energy. Your metabolism goes down, energy can go down, and your what they call the NAD plus to NADH ratios go down. And this is well known. It's been studied. It's been published in Science that the really impacts of NAD are very, very positive. And so people get it for recovery, for treatment of several different chronic conditions. And this is not to replace, any traditional therapies, and be very clear. This is really a supplement. But we have a tremendous number of people who are, either well or professional athletes or just people really who want to be functioning optimally that come in and get NAD shots. Similarly, ozone has been used for over 100 years. It's just oxygen. Instead of O2, it's O3. So it's used to really hyperoxygenate tissues. It works along some of the same pathways that NAD does and benefit. A lot of people combine the NAD with the ozone to really improve, performance, recovery. Like I said, a lot of our people who are, weekend warriors who are wanting to feel better, have more energy, they come in and do that. And then we have certain conditions like Lyme disease and chronic fatigue syndrome and others that also benefit from it too.
When you're talking about these drips and these IVs, like it's different from the testosterone where like it's not age based really, right? It's because you're talking about professional athletes.
Well, it's age based and it's performance based, right? Okay. So these are all, like I said, NAD is just a vitamin that tends to go down. I mean, as your body gets, what is aging, right? It's called cellular senescence is aging, where the cells just don't function as well. So why does that matter? Well, all cells in the body, they're not going to absorb nutrients from the gut, right? Every organ, every tissue in the body is made of cells. Whether it's your skin cells, you get skin cancer, you get, your skin becomes more fragile. As you get older, your gut doesn't absorb nutrients. Your heart doesn't, have the same respiratory capacity or the cardiorespiratory capacity it does when it's younger. So what is that? It's all cellular aging. And part of that is the use of nutrients like NAD, like these things goes down. And so you can improve performance, you can improve a lot of organ function, and people feel better because part of this is as you get older, or the other flip side is not even as you get older, but if you're a professional athlete, you're a football player, you're a track athlete, the kind of stress that you're putting on your body really is hard on your cells as well, right? So enhancing the ability for the cells to not only absorb nutrients, but utilize them intracellularly is really the concept that we're using at iThrive.
Interesting, because Phil Davis, the MMA fighter, was on with us, and he's a young guy, and he's talking about NAD because, he's looking for more energy when he's training. What would be really cool, Alex? If we got together with Dr. Damani and we went to his new location in Mission Valley and we did sort of an IV lounge kind of thing, but we brought a guy like Phil that night, who's an iThrive patient, who's talked to us about it on the air. And now all of a sudden it's the three of us, it's Doc, it's Phil, it's listeners, and it's instead of a barbershop Browner, it's an IV lounge, dog. What do you think about this?
No, I think it's a great idea. I think we should start mapping that out. I think, there's a lot of, it's interesting as a cardiologist, as someone who's not only as a cardiologist, but I got a master's in clinical investigation. I did 5 years in NIH research, and, a lot of traditional medicine has looked down on oh, there's no data, right? Long-term data in terms of treating a disease. But a lot of this to me falls under the prevention umbrella. It's really about, how can you maximize your ability to feel better and to perform better? How can you maximize all these things? So iThrive is not just about IV nutrition. We're about hormones, making sure your hormones are balanced. We're about prevention. We're about making sure that, we catch cancer at its early stages. We're partnering with organizations that are doing whole body MRI. We're doing lab testing, looking at sensitivities of your gut to certain foods. How can you maximize and reduce inflammation? Ultimately, our practice is about three things. Really halting the driver's aging, which is one is tissue repair. Your muscles, your tissues don't repair as easy as you're younger. Inflammation runs rampant. We all eat foods that cause inflammation. We end up getting inflammation, and then our joints break down, and then over time, we end up replacing those joints, right? Which doesn't really treat the underlying cause. So we're looking at tissue repair. We're looking at inflammation as two main modalities. The third thing is just energy production. Your mitochondria, as you get older, they're not as efficient at producing energy. It's the reason why, as you get older, your metabolism is slower because your body is not utilizing the nutrients you're given. So we really focus on attacking those three principles at iThrive.
Dr. Samir Damani is with us. I will tell you this, Doc, this past weekend when we were out on the boat with all of our listeners, a couple of people came up to me and they're like, one of the things I really love about the show nowadays is I'm enjoying meeting the different sponsors. I know Gary Cooper. I can call him when I have real estate needs. I know Corky. When I need him, I can call him for pest control. It's the same thing when it comes to what you guys do. I now know who Dr. Damani is. I've heard him talk about all of these issues. I'm facing things like that. Now I feel like I've got a nice relationship, and this is when people can come to you. They can get an appointment. The best thing for people to do is call the number and get involved. And really, I think get an appointment on the books before Christmas. 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497, or use my website, which is ithrivemd.com/Kaplan, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. Doc, we got about 4 minutes to go, and I wanted to really put out for everybody some of the specials, and I'm going to call them deals out of lack of a better term. But if somebody's a new patient or wants to come see you guys, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of great holiday specials, if you will, whether it's an iThrive gift card or it's testosterone at 50% off for your first month. Can we talk about some of that?
100%. Yeah. So we're a kind of a full wellness facility where we also are looking at both wellness from inside out. And so, we, from the IV side, what we're saying here is if you bring a friend, we'll give you 50% off of any IVs that you get. We're doing, for Scott Kaplan listeners, a half off all of our immune enhancing shots. Anything that's immune enhancing, we're giving half off of that.
Wait, can you say that again? Immune enhancing shots.
Immunity shots. So anything that, whether it's a vitamin C or, the different IVs that we have, anything that are actually shots, we're giving half off of that. Okay. We're also giving, we have memberships, as you know, for hormone replacement, for NAD therapy, we have memberships. So we're giving half off the first month of membership on both the NAD membership as well as the hormone membership, so which includes the product costs and everything like that. When we have for those guys and women who want to look younger too, we're actually offering, which is one of the most competitive deals right now in San Diego, $8.99 per unit of Botox. So that's actually pretty competitive, and $200 off of any filler. So if you wanted to get any kind of facial work done, or if a guys wanted to get a gift for the holidays for their wives, we have two amazing injectors here that can really help those with that, that are interested in that as well too. We also have one other one, which is if you purchased $200 or more in a gift card, you get another $20 off of any service of your choice.
Wow.
So we've got a bunch of specials out there for you guys.
Yeah, that's really awesome, Doc. We appreciate you doing that for everybody who's listening and everybody who's watching. Okay, so let me just say this. Happy holidays to you, Dr. Damani, and to everybody down at iThrive. You were desperately missed on Saturday, although Dr. John and Dr. Tom did represent iThrive very, very well, just so you know. And I look forward to what we've got planned in 2022. These IV lounge situations are perfect for us because we got a bunch of guys that were on this boat this past weekend that are going to hear this and go, I want to do that. I'll show up at 7:30 at night. I want to hang with you guys, and let's get healthy together in 2020.
Well, you can even do it before then. I mean, we have a lot of people that are feeling a little low, energy's low. They come in, when I'm down, I'll do an ozone with an NAD shot, and I feel great. And so, we'll give some good. They say Scott Kaplan. We'll make sure we give them a good discount. But yeah, they don't even need to wait till next year. They can come in around the holidays if they had a night where they've drank a little bit more than they normally have, or just feeling due, or even if they're feeling sick. A lot of time, if they're starting to feel a little sick, I'll take a vitamin C IV, and then I'll do some ozone for that, and so that helps me personally. But yeah, in those situations as well, it can be really beneficial.
We're sending everybody your way. 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497, ithrivemd.com/Kaplan. Dr. Damani, we look forward to our next visit. Happy holidays to your entire crew. All the radio listeners, peace out. Everybody else, hang with us. Oh, man, we got a whole separate ending for everybody else here on the podcast side. Stick around, everybody. Radio listeners, peace out.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
We don't ask a lot from you. Just 16 measly hours a day. That's it. Buy some earbuds. Listen at work, in meetings, on the way home, talking to the wife, or helping the kids with homework. They'll admire your stick-to-itiveness. This is the mightier 1090 AM.
Great things can be achieved when a community comes together. Join Erica Cardenas on Doing More as she introduces you to ordinary people working side by side to confront tremendous challenges and make a positive impact in their community.
Watch Doing More Sunday night at 6 on Your View, or stream it online at yourview.com. Sponsored by The Barnes Firm, partnering with Shelter to Soldier and saving lives 2 at a time. Visit thebarnesfirm.com/shelter to soldier and help save more lives. Brought to you by Prospect Home Finance. Fast, friendly, affordable.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and yourview.com. Your Health is brought to you by Save the Storks. Help us reach the hearts of women with compassion, education, and holistic care.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
San Diego State football is prepping for the Frisco Bowl. Let's go ahead and take a look at one Aztec player who has earned quite a few honors over the last couple of weeks. Punter Matt Eraza won the Ray Guy Award last week. The award goes to the nation's best collegiate punter. Eraza is the first Aztec in program history to win a major postseason award. The kicker was named a first-team All-American by The Athletic, ESPN, CBS Sports, Bleacher Report, the FWAA, USA Today, Walter Camp, and the AP, as well as earning the honor of Mountain West Special Teams Player of the Year. SDSU will take on UTSA in the Frisco Bowl on December 21st. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Got an opinion? Scott Kaplan says test it on cited.co. Yes, .co. SoCal Sports Talk. The all new and mightier 1090.
home. Thank you for joining us to make the trip to San Diego's first Mazda retail evolution facility. It takes years and years to put all this together and to make Team Mazda a reality. Unbelievable team here.
Thank you to John and Corinne for the opportunity. It's a privilege and an honor to say that this is the store I get to be the general manager of.
I do want to speak to what I have in my hand here. It is a big, heavy plaque representing the grand opening. So I want to present this to John, say thank you again.
We're very proud of the work that you're doing here. I commend you on your future prosperity. At this point, I want to invite you all outside to hear a drum demonstration.
Let's take it up a notch with Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost, powered by the mightier 1090 and by Prospect Home Finance.
Today, we proudly held the ribbon cutting ceremony for our new office in La Jolla, California. Here we are in the Merrill Lynch building, right in the middle of the village, and really, really happy to be part of this neighborhood. This is really special to Prospect in that it almost signifies the fact that we've grown up officially. We have survived the past 15 years by being very agile. We come to this one amazing location from 3 separate offices. So it's fantastic having everyone under one roof. This is going to do wonders in terms of streamlining our operations, being able to communicate with someone down the hall as opposed to someone who's several blocks away is going to be terrific. Our CEO, Jason Vondrack, he's a very humble person, but I know this day really, really means a lot to him in that he has led this company for 15 years. And he started this business out of a studio apartment. And look where we are now. That's huge. I think this new space signifies just endless possibilities for Prospects. I mean, we're headquartered in La Jolla, but we do business all around the country. So our goal is to be licensed to offer home financing in all 50 states, and we're well on our way.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's Premium Boost is powered by the mightier 1090 and by Prospect Home Finance. You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal. Brought to you by Team Mazda of El Cajon and by Prospect Home Finance.
Wilsey Asset Management is an investment advisory firm registered with the SEC. We're a firm that's a fiduciary firm, and we manage $500 million in assets for clients and businesses nationwide. We do better when our clients do better. You want to have a win-win situation. And I saw the same thing with charities. Some of the charities that we're involved in would include Cruise for Kids. Another organization that we really helped a lot was Children's Hospital. And there's also other organizations that we help as well in addition to those.
Kind of growing up and seeing how involved my dad was in the community, it really rubbed me, I'm going to say, in the right way. I did kind of take that one step further, I would say, and actually did start my own charity. It's called the Fighters Fight Foundation. What we do is we actually provide experiences to women that are battling stage 3 or stage 4 breast cancer. Our charity is not just about providing the experiences for women, it's also too on educating people. If you want to get involved in the foundation, you can go to our website, fightersfightfoundation.com.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Your View, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM. A new generation of radio. SoCal Sports Talk.